Athletes, welcome back to the locker room. Glad to have you here today. Thank you so much for those who have been subscribing to our channel and for those that have given us some likes. And also, leave comments down below. Believe it or not, we do check those things from now and then, and we do want to respond back to them. So thank you for doing that. Today, athletes, I want to talk about a little bit of a personal principle that you might find, and that is, which team do you play for? Do you play for Team Addict or do you play for Team Athlete? Do you play for Team Addict or Team Sobriety? See, you've got to pick which team you're going to play for. And I don't know if there's any more important kind of parts to that than understanding how much we need you to play for the team that we know is going to win. And that is, of course, the team that's going to be sober, right? But leaving that team behind is going to be hard. When you played for a team such as Addiction for so long, it's going to be really difficult to leave back behind all those friends, all those situations, all those experiences, all those quote-unquote good times in order to play for that team sober. And so therefore you've got to understand the weight and the magnitude that that decision is going to be on your mind. Now you know that if you're going to play for Team Addict, you have to be the best addict you can be, correct? Think about that for a minute, viewers. Think about being the best addict you can be. What's going to be the outcome? Possible jail time. You might lose your children. You're definitely going to have relationship issues come and go. You're going to be financially strapped and probably have lots and lots of fines as you get pulled over by police, so on and so forth. Now that Team Addict, not going to be a good one to play for. That dynasty of a team will always end up the same way, and that is, more than likely, death. But if you choose to play for Team Sober, for Team Recovery, for Team Sobriety, for Team Addict to Athlete, think about what that's going to entail. Because if you're going to play for that team, you also have to be the best sober person you can be and expect the consequences for that as well, because there are consequences. And sometimes we forget about that concept. There are consequences for being sober, dealing with life on life's terms, being able to be stressed out without using because of financial issues, being able to have relationships that you're going to have to be present for with your family, with your children, with your spouse, your loved ones, and so on and so forth. But nonetheless, one team has more of a career, the other one is going to be a season. Now I know it's going to be difficult determining which side you're going to play for and which team you got to pick. But make no judgment errors here, athletes. You're going to have to choose one side. If you choose to go with the addict part, again, prepare yourself for those consequences. Don't be surprised when they start falling into your lap. Again, things like incarceration, fines, all that stuff that's going to suppress you and take away your freedoms are exactly those things that the addict mentality gets us to convince ourselves that we are. And that's as good as it's going to get. We're going to be literally the bad news bears for the rest of our lives. Now think about it, all of you out there. If you choose to play for a team that's going to have success, that doesn't mean you're going to win every battle or win every game. You're going to have losses out there. We know this. But those losses won't have the same depth of pain that it will be if you choose to play for Team Addict. If you choose to play for Team Sobriety or Team Recovery or Team Athlete, you choose to have those bumps and those bruises, but do it clean. Guys, there's no way you're going to ever be able to experience life without getting hurt, right? You're going to have bumps and bruises. You're going to have disappointments. You're going to have losses, and you're going to have victories. But you've got to pick which side of that playing field you're going to set your camp up on, because you can't have both. As much as I know you want it, it's not going to work. You can't be a weekend alcoholic drinker and then think you're going to be able to function normally throughout the week. If you struggle with addiction, that's simply not going to work for you. Because you can say, well, I'm not shooting heroin anymore, coach, but I like to go out and have a beer on the weekends. It doesn't matter the mechanism that intoxicates you. It's the same part of the brain that affects you. So I know it's kind of a buzzkill when you're like, either you play for one or the other, but you have to be that strict. If you've been diagnosed with any kind of substance use disorder, you're not going to be able to moderate anything. So therefore, it's important for you to pick which team you're going to play for. And if you choose to play for Team Addict, go be the best addict you can be, but expect the consequences. Can't say it enough. This new way of life is hard. It's one of those principles as to why I started Addict to Athlete, to move you from addict to athlete so you have something else to invest in. The same thrill you'll get by telling someone that you went out and had an all weekend binge and you were partying here and doing that, you're going to have the same feeling when you're able to show up with your team and go run a half marathon, go run a marathon, go run an ultra marathon. Your coworkers are going to be just as shocked and surprised and put you out front of hey guys, gather around, listen to what coach did this weekend, that you would if you had that cooler talk of, oh man, I got so high or so drunk this weekend. Only one's going to have a better outcome. One's going to be more long memorizing. One's going to be more apt for you to have another experience. The others are probably going to lead to death in one way, shape, or form, whether it's emotional, whether it's spiritual, physical. It's going to take you. You'll be stuck in that captivity. So picking which team you want to play for is kind of an important principle. And I know it's hard and I know it sucks, but that is where we are today. If you want to choose to play for Team Addict, be the best addict you can be. Expect the consequences. If you want to play for Team Sober, then you've got to expect those consequences. I know which team I'll be playing for, and we'll be doing everything we can to eliminate addiction. So if you're on Team Addiction, brace yourself. We're going to have a fight. We're going to be doing things that will help show you a more excellent way. I know that's kind of some harsh talk from Coach Blue here. Remember, things that I say you can accept or reject. It's 100% up to you. But I see the worth that you have. I want to help you gain the strength that you'll need to help choose that team. And also, I want you to know that every step forward you take is another further day behind you that you've used. Keep moving forward, right? Until next time, go turn your mess of addiction into the message of sobriety.